Just push in. How you doing?
All right, car look fancy. Ain't know how to open it for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to walk up on you because I was like, this ain't. First off, this is an actual cop's house, and I didn't know if you was for them or for somebody.
Oh.
I was like, I ain't trying to walk up on you.
Hey, that is always smart, man. That is very smart.
I'm like, if anybody can shoot you for free, it's a sheriff.
Yes, and not even just for free, but like not even in the papers.
Right. It's like, hey man,
Like they're gonna call up 3 or 4. It's like, yeah, I got where are y'all at tonight? Oh, we're at TGIF Fridays. Yeah, can y'all cut that short? I need you. Yeah, I need you. What's going on? Oh, nothing. Just get over here.
Get over here. We gotta make this police report look
Yeah.
real good. We got on all black. We got on all black.
I did too. And over here, get that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not the way. That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Something more serious.
Oh, where's those?
Powder residue.
Yeah, give me his fingernails.
He was acting like he was intoxicated. Yup, they gonna.
You know what? You know we're laughing about that.
And lately, it was tragedy. That guy, you know, like I'm like, man, like that's.
You know what? Here's the deal. This is the way.
I'm gonna tell you. Look,
anytime there's.
Nah, but listen, I'm not that person. I am. If it makes sense, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And me being in the black community.
Yeah.
Knowing how my community is.
Yep.
And knowing the new wave of things going on, because, you know, back in the day, no disrespect, but, you know.
There's nothing.
What I mean, like even in jail and anything like that, it's like, if a black guy, he from the hood and he crazy and he go to.
Yeah.
That shit is
that's still.
No, but that's not the game. That's not the thing now. Because white, black, Mexican, no matter what, MMA is a real thing. Boxing is a real. Everybody's into it now.
Yeah.
Working out is a big thing.
Yeah.
So and you know, white people was never scared. You know what I mean? Like so, but now they got confidence as their own person.
Yeah.
So regardless if you was doing it non-violently.
Yeah. That stuff doesn't work.
You started it.
Well, let me give you even more baseline. Somewhere tonight, there's going to be 100 white dudes kill 100 other white dudes. Somewhere else tonight, there's going to be 100 black dudes kill 100 black dudes.
We ain't gonna hear about that.
Somewhere tonight, there's 100 Mexicans going to kill 100 Mexicans. But anytime that crosses, it becomes national news, right?
My wife watches like the TikToks and the social media and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I was also both of those guys are athletic.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're both hard alpha athletes, alpha male, probably talking shit. Gotcha. Okay, nothing wrong with that.
But
whoa.
It is something wrong with that. That's like if his gonna come jump in somebody's car.
Oh, what?
That don't mean that the doors is open to you just because it's. He's not even fellow. See, this is the thing. This is a. And he's the.
let me, and just be blunt. Like, again, I have no, so you're painting a scenario for me. What?
Nah.
Okay, well,
trust me, man, trust me. If I see it, I'm gonna call it.
Yeah.
But I'm also the type of person that's like, hey, man, if it's a dude, right, if a black guy come run out that store right now with 5 bags in his hand and he booking it and some people chase him, I'm not gonna say they trying to chase him and beat him up. I'm gonna say he must have just stole something.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
Like, he's like, hey, dude, can you guys like get the hell out of my face?
Right, at the end of the day. So.
Yeah, and I would do the same thing if I saw some methed out white dude.
Right,
it looked like the white Jesus run it with no shoes on and like.
And they say you profiling me.
Yeah, and that guy's like, hey, they're running after me. I'm like, you look like they need to be running after you. Yeah.
So he goes, and the guy tells him basically, hey man, whatever case is, I guess he told the guy maybe because whatever.
Yeah.
So the dude was like, "Boo, you're not finna." I guess, you know, long story short, because you gotta understand that these both alpha males, they both it's like 140, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he a little bigger. So man, I guess I could.
Yeah, but 140 is a different 140 today.
Yeah, if you talk,
with MMA and
you're right.
Yeah. 140 isn't like the 140 back in the 1980s. But when you got,
man, listen, when JJ Watt came out with the Texans, he let it be known. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like an understood thing, bro. You got people like the Larry Birds and the people like that, bro. These people tough, man. They're not just because the skin color don't matter, bro. The skin color does not matter, bro. When I was in jail, it was a guy, a white guy. His name, his nickname was Crime. Man, listen.
If a dude was named Crime,
and when I tell you,
I'm gonna give that guy second helpings when he's coming through. If the is in prison and his name is Crime,
and Crime probably sat at about 170, 180. And he about my height.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you like this.
Hey, but after you get done with your story, I've got a question for you. But go ahead and finish your story because I do have a question for you. I've always been curious about.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
But go ahead.
But so anyway, Crime walked into the tank the very first time I ever met him, and this is what he told everybody. Basically, hey man, I'm like that, and if anybody want to check it out, they can check it out right here with me. And it is what it is like that. And he even shadow boxed a little bit, like, and I looked at him, and it's like he caught my eye, and I caught his eye because I'm like, this dude was serious. You know what I'm saying? But you could clearly see that he ain't doing it for a show.
Yeah.
And he saw me catch his eye, and finally I said, oh yeah, so you like that, huh? And he was like, and you could tell his demeanor was like, you know what, I'm gonna holler at you because you was the only one real enough to even look me in my eye and say something about that. You know what I'm saying?
It was respect.
Like that. And so we got to talking about, man, when I say, bro, that dude that was knocking everybody out, man, he was knocking everybody out, and he had beautiful hands, beautiful posture, beautiful. And he said he got trained over here by some guy in a boxing gym, man, but that dude that could fight. And I'm just saying that to say this. I done seen them in the penitentiary and in other places.
Yeah.
When it don't matter what color you are, when you got that fight in you, you are hell.
Yeah, it's just fight. It's just fight. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the skin. Way back in the day.
I'm about to mess your head over.
Go ahead.
A lot of people adapt to the black cultures nowadays. The music and the sagging pants and all that hip hop culture.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's really hip hop culture, but they. Okay. So the black people think, look at him. He's sagging his pants. He think he black. He over here doing this. He think he black.
When the white kid's doing it?
When the white kid doing it. Okay, but what you're not understanding is this. Regardless of how you looking at that, lived it.
What are you supposed to do if you're a white kid and you grow up?
And that's even worse. Those are the exceptions. But just imagine the ones that's.
Yeah.
When Jake Paul started boxing, he was a joke. Man, he think he a boxer. This should take this many years and that many years. But he been training and knocking people out. And you know what they got to recognize him as now? A boxer.
Yeah. Well, it's that Dave Chappelle joke. He's like, you want me to tell you who the the guy, if you see, if you asking me who the hell to worry about, if there's a white dude in their crew, that did something. Stay away from it.
Yeah, he obviously.
Stay away from that.
So like, what I'm saying is that those guys, they adapt to that. So these guys out here that everybody still think fake in the phone.
Yeah.
No, they really can fight now.
Yeah.
They really will fight you
Yeah.
now. They really got the same gun you got. They got the same mentality you got. They not the one just like you not the one. You
Yeah.
ain't finna try me just like I ain't finna try you.
Yeah.
So that's what people getting confused.
Yeah.
And then when the white dude try 'em or the Mexican try 'em or the try 'em, then they like, whoa, wait.
Yeah, it takes them by surprise.
Now you want your gun out here. And now
Yeah.
you want all this other stuff. So he tell old boy, told me like, he probably tell him, man, well, I'll move you. So he tell him,
shut. Right there, that's the
Lieutenant.
stupidest
And
shit.
what he did this.
Yeah.
So now he go called your bluff. Now you
Yeah.
feeling less than.
When we're talking about alpha male.
Right, yeah, and you done called his bluff now.
Yeah,
So
they just gotta
what do you
go.
say next?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, you
yeah.
because
That shit was gonna go downhill right there.
something in there where it says,
Yeah.
and then regardless of the fact is,
Yeah.
but he's still.
Well, you know what? I mean, this is gonna sound. Look here. This is where. Because, and I'm a Marine, so once Marine, always Marine.
Come on now.
Active duty 8 years. What I was always taught is the minute you lay your hands on somebody,
They can do whatever they want.
that's free game. Now you've laid your hands on me. My job is to stop you and to. But you don't lay your hands on somebody and not expect consequences. Like,
Okay.
no matter what.
What about this?
Even if somebody says you can walk away, because if you don't walk away, be prepared to be like literally in that setting. Like, and I'm sure these are alpha. Now I'm gonna tell you what, they ain't shit to Marines and Navy
Right, of
SEALs.
course not.
So I came up in that atmosphere of like, dude, if you lay your hands on, as God forbid you lay your hands on a black Marine. That is a combination you want in your fighting hole. Right. We have won many battles. Many wars have been won.
Off of that tenacity.
Off of that right there. But hey, I got a question for you though. So I've had friends that have gone to. Let me ask you a question. So I'm like I just told you, I was a Marine. Half my platoon was black. I came up and like we're all one. We're brothers.
Yeah.
But I've been told that if for whatever reason anything ever went down, and this was from a black dude telling me this. He's like, you're gonna have to join the. He's like, and you would have to like not talk to me. And I was like, what? I asked him. I was like, that makes no sense to me. Like, what happens in that the minute you walk in,
they strip you of every single thing.
So let me ask you this. Is that true? So like, let's say I did something real stupid. And so I get 3 to 5 and I go to Huntsville. The minute I walk in there, I've got to go join.
It's gonna go like this. It's gonna go like this. When you go in there, you're gonna go through your processing. And you gonna meet a couple of people along the way that's gonna kind of check your temperature, like to see if you're cool or not.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe somebody that's your age gonna kind of be like, oh man, it's your first time, let me show you this, show you that. And you'll be cool.
They're gonna size you up and say like, this dude was in the suburbs and he must have fucked up really bad with something.
They don't think like that no more. You gotta understand, bro. I done been sitting in jail and a white guy came in there one time, and I'm young, bro. You gotta say, I always been like 225, so I always could hold my own, and I pretty much don't have too many people trying to walk across me in jail like that. So I'm playing dominoes, and I'm talking to everybody in there while I'm playing dominoes. I'm like 19. I'm in there talking bad.
Playing bones.
Yeah, I'm telling them, I'm like, man, y'all garbage, y'all ain't doing nothing, you know what I mean? And so this white guy come walking in the tank. He just got put in there, and as he walking by the table, you know, I'm young, I'm rambunctious, so I say, man, all y'all niggas really garbage. That's how I really don't want none of y'all niggas on the team. And he's happened to walk by as I was saying, and I said, hey, white boy, check it out. But he older than me, but I was like, hey, white boy, check it out. He looked. I said, man, you know how to play balls? He was like, nah, really? I said, shit, you know how to add, don't you? He was like, yeah. He was like, well, you just adding by fives. I'm like, come sit down, you know? And he's like, all right, fuck it.
No, that's some high level math in bones.
Right?
Like, I've told that to white people. I've said, like, you don't realize, like, bones and spades. I like, there's algorithms going on.
Neither one of them got nothing on casino. Casino is completely added the whole time, and it's the fastest one. And it's like, I'm talking about it, and you gamble on it all day. It's so that right there is a math thing. But I tell that guy to sit down, right?
Yeah.
He's sitting down and we playing, and I'm over here dogging him, talking about
got 9 books.
And the news hits. And guess who face pop up on the screen?
Who's that?
The white.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
Game room operation busted. 1.5 found in this refrigerator. 5 game rooms hit. It's a $10 million thing. They done took his wife, his everything, and everybody look at me like, man, bro, look, bro. Like, you over here talking to this man like he don't know how to act. This man got game rooms and hey, look, I'm young. I'm still sizing him up for a white boy, right?
Yeah.
I tell him, hey, man, you know, that type of situation you got, you know, man, I know this probably ain't your role, so you got any problems in here, let me know. I'll handle that. I'll deal with this, deal with that. You know what he told me?
What's that?
I can handle myself.
Oh, damn.
Bro, the man was
that would have put some chills in my...
But the man was serious, man.
Yeah.
He can handle himself.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, that's what stereotyping gets you. So when you go inside of there, they're not going to automatically assume that you just can't handle yourself or whatever it is. They're going to come and feel you out. Because it's different ways to approach jail. You can approach it the money way. You can be resourceful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you can be in a gang, and that might get you somewhere like that, but there's so many different ways before somebody just finna try to come and try you. Yeah. They're gonna see if you've been.
Well, is that why? So, if you don't affiliate yourself with somebody, is it that you're just kind of easy pickings for some other folks?
It put it like this: if you walk in there and they try, somebody say, "Hey, bro, look, you getting down?" You be like, "Nah." He be like, "Oh, you ain't gonna get down? Then what's up?" And you beat them up. You'll never. Nobody else will ask you to get down no more.
Well, that's funny you said that.
Most of them can't fight.
Yes. The minute you walk in that place, find one dude and just
don't do that because
you're like, no, don't do that.
He might got a friend. Now you just started a war that was unnecessary.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point.
If he say something to you,
then go. He's trying to size you up.
Yeah, and you size him right back. You know what I mean? And you don't necessarily got to pop him because you still don't know what's behind them. Yeah. Because some of them people only got nuts because somebody sent them over there.
Yeah, that's
you know, the one who really behind is sitting in his cell.
You know what? And that's the truth. A lot of them, you mentioned that, like a lot of them really don't know how to fight. Because the sorry thing is a lot of folks in jail are there because of somebody else. Because they were in a car with somebody. Because they were in a house with somebody.
On they women.
Oh,
and then they go, look, in jail, you think it's more drugs and more murdering and more of that? Man, it's more beating on your woman and your granny and your mama than pretty much anything in there.
So most of those dudes are in there for like...
family, domestic violence.
Yeah.
And it's a serious thing. Like, they treat it like drunk driving, because it's so many people beating on their wife that they like, look, dude, you beat on your wife, you're getting a felony, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No more of that terroristic thick crap.
Yeah.
You're going to jail because they tired of it. In Illinois, it's way more domestics than that.
Oh, is that where you were up in Illinois?
I did Illinois. I did that time here too.
Is it Joliet?
No, I did it in, I was in Graham, and then I went to Shawnee.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're out, dude, man.
I got caught, man. Let me tell you why I got popped. Matter of fact, look, you want to know why I got popped?
What happened? You know what? At the end of the
that
day.
thing right there.
What's that?
That hanging on your mirror.
The what?
That cartridge fresh. That's what took my empire down.
What happened?
I got pulled over. I drove 12 hours.
This?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's got to be a story behind that.
Yeah, I drove 12 hours. And I went to sleep, and the driver was driving. My other partner was driving. So we on the state highway. We coming through like Tuscola area, and so as we coming.
This is up in Illinois.
It's up in Illinois.
Okay.
Like it's.
Yeah, I don't know that area.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours south of Chicago.
Okay.
So we was headed to Michigan.
Okay.
And so I fall asleep, and then I wake up to the laws. Okay. The law came to the car and said I pulled you over for speeding. It was like, man, we was on cruise control. So my boy was like, man, I wasn't speeding. He was like, yeah, you was going 73 and a 70.
Oh,
right? The radar. So he was like, I didn't use a gun. I used a process called pacing. He said, but the speeding is not what I'm finna cite you for. He said, what I'm finna cite you for is this. He reached in, he grabbed that cartridge freshener. He said, I wouldn't want a deer to run out in the road and you hit it because this is obstructing your view. And he held us there for the drug dogs, and I had the trunk.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I got charged.
How long did you get for that?
My partner in the back seat, when he got out the car, he told him everything was his, which it was mine. But he took my bag, and I took his bag, and he took my phones, and I took. And I did 2 years, and the driver did 1 year.
See, that's what I'm talking about, right there. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure your boys all knew about it. But what if somebody in the car?
Yeah, that would have been. We all would have still went. Yeah.
Like everybody.
That's enough drugs for everybody. We can disperse this evenly.
One for you, one for you, one for you. Like Oprah. And everybody gets.
And I told the cops, so they brought they couldn't search the car because it wasn't no smell and nothing. Like, we had our credentials. What they do is they close the door and they do what's called a free air sniff, and they bring.
For a minute, I thought you were like, yeah, we made like little trees. We were transporting.
I popped for the actual.
Oh, Jesus, man, you got pocked for the big thing.
Right.
For the freaking what's that dude's name down in Colombia?
Pablo.
Yeah, the Pablo.
See, look, the guy who took he had already got popped in Chicago with some other stuff but he was the one being irresponsible. Yeah. He was basically trying to like do business. Was
that your first felony?
My first felony? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so because I was gonna say. I mean, all of it sucks. But even 2 and 10 for that much isn't that bad. So at least that.
You want to hear something?
What's?
And when you get jacked,
I know you're like, motherfucker, try 2 years.
Nah, thank God for my 2. Look. Yeah. And Illinois is the only state. I found this out once I got popped. Okay. When they first took us to jail, they hit me with 2 charges: possession and possession with intent. Okay. Yeah. The possession was 10 to 50. The possession with intent was 15 to 60. I didn't give a damn because I'm like.
How do they know intent though?
Because you got.
Is there like a certain amount that beyond
it's that? It's a class X felony. Once you get past. These guys up there in Illinois are doing 20 years for. But anytime you get charged with in Illinois, as long as there's no guns or violence involved, you do 50%. So they get 20 years and do 10 for.
Right.
I got caught with. And I'm doing 2, so you know that don't even add up, and they little small heads anyway. They like, man, something ain't right, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I'm over here.
They're sitting there going like, who the f did you talk to, mother?
My paperwork on them real quick.
Yeah, like no, I got no proffers.
They do to me though. So they 15 to 60, but my boy, when my boy saw I got popped with that, he had already told me, bro, what you doing here? Because I'm known to really wild, my stomach ground too. So he was telling me, man, why don't you just come down here? We ain't got to worry about that shit. We just act like that.
No, yeah.
Right, look.
It's just getting
the cost to rent property ain't
no,
like,
nothing.
Like,
it's all.
You will spend money. You think you want to spend money? It's just, if you go to want to live like a, then yes, you will save your money. But if you go to, you gonna spend.
And you got to think about security too, right? Mm-hmm. Because they're going to, like a white dude or a black dude, they're going to know something's up. Mm-hmm. They're going to be like, all right, he made money and he's doing so that's going to set off some people or like, somebody's going to try. So, you're going to have 10 times the security that.
Right. So, you got to go live with that.
Gotta live in their compound, yeah. You gotta be the Kato Kalin to OJ. Man, just go live in the back house.
Man, between me and you at one point.
Oh damn.
I had it going like that. But so look what happened though. I go to court for the second, and as soon as they start to join the court and they got me in the front, the lawyer the DA come running in the courtroom, and she said, "Excuse me, Judge, wait a minute. We have one more charge put on the table." Man, they slapped that thing on the table. 60 to 240.
Woo!
Trafficking and cross state lines.
Dude, that's like a life sentence.
Right, listen.
Because you cross state lines?
So look, it's really 30 to 120 in all of the states across America, except for Illinois because of El Chapo and all that.
Oh,
so they got it's a double mandatory.
You must have just your pants.
No,
dude.
I didn't, because I was running at 10 to 15. 15 years. And when they said 15 years, I was already finna. I was like, I'm not finna do. In my mind, when they said that on the paper, I looked at it like, damn. But in my mind, I was like,
when they start talking about 60 to 100, I'm like, are y'all wanting people just?
Hey man, listen.
Like, is that what you're literally telling me? Because if you think I'm gonna do that,
I'm over here going online, right? And when I go online, I'm like, do they really give people 60 years for trafficking and cross state lines in Illinois? And I'm thinking they're gonna be like, of course not.
Crazy.
Man, the people said yes. And what it usually equals out to is about 32 years as long as you're not this. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Y'all crazy.
Jonathan, where are you gonna me let you off at, brother?
I'm really going to this gas station right here.
Which one?
The one to the left.
Shit. Well, let me take you back. You want me to take you back over there? For some reason, it had us come over here.
That's the only address I knew.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll take you over. I'll take you back over, brother.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna type in something easy.
No problemo. See, I know a little Española. Let's see. Make sure I don't.
Now imagine that I know Spanish, right? And I'm from Greens Point, and I'm fully black.
I don't know any of it.
Yeah,
I've had, and that's the problem. Is like I live here in Houston, and it's like I don't know it. And I figured ever since I started doing Uber, man, I was telling somebody the other day, I got to get Rosetta Stone, dude. Like, to be in Houston, Texas, and like especially doing something like Uber and not know Spanish, like half your customers you can't even talk to. Like, yeah, I mean seriously, like half of them.
A lot of the Uber drivers are Cuban.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, so like that's the other thing. They got the opposite effect that you have, because they can't speak the English.
Yeah,
you can't speak the Spanish, and that's what I tell anybody. It's like I'm probably about. But regardless of any part of Spanish that I wouldn't know, I don't feel like insecure about it, because I'm like, do y'all think that y'all speaking good English? I'm like, whatever I'm speaking, that's what you speaking. We on the same level.
That's hilarious.
I don't want to hear none of that.
Oh man, that is hilarious. Dude, well, I'm glad you only, so when it was all said and done, you had to do 24 months.
I did a year and a half.
Year and a half to 18 months.
Yeah, I got good.
But that was probably 18 months more than, I'm even a day would suck.
It was a cakewalk, because 60 years, anything's a cakewalk when you look at 60 years and it don't even be.
Yeah, compared to that, but damn, dude. Lord. Well, and you got what the fuck? Oh shit, my bad. I thought it was going into the car wash.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
See what got here.
All right. Is this good right here, bro?
Yeah. I sure appreciate you.
Hey, my man, it was so good talking to you, brother.
You too, man.
Yes,
you
sir.
made my day, actually. Like, the kids ain't this entertaining.
Push down on that button right there. Yep, that one. Yeah, Teslas, man.
Man, hey, man, you gotta enjoy it.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one.
You too, brother.